friends. Welcome to my math lesson for today. We are going to start with some number bond practice. So if you can, draw these number bonds on some paper. So we have number bonds for number 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we are going to use these counters behind me to help us fill in the parts for each whole. Okay, so the first one we have is 2. So we only need 2 counters. Now, if we separate these counters into 2 parts, how many is each part? 1, 1. So those are the numbers that you write in these circles. 1, 1. Now let's try it for 3. So we have, now if you separate it into 2 parts, how many is 1 part? How many? 2. And how many is the other part? 1. So we're going to put that in these circles. So 2 and 1 is 3. And you can do this at home with some counters that you have, or any objects that you have that you've been using for math. So now we need how many? 4. So what is one way we can separate? Well, here's one way. How many do we have? 2, 2. So we're going to put those numbers. But there is another way to make 4. So let's put them back together. And let's just move 1 away. How many is over here? 3. And how many? What's the other part? 1. Very good. So we have 3 and 1, 2 and 2 make 4. And the last one, we have 5. So let's make 2 groups. Well, we can do this. What are the parts? 2, 3. And then there's another way to make 5. So let's bring them back together. And then, what's the other way to make 5? 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1 and 4. And those are the ways we can make numbers from 2 to 5. And you can keep practicing this at home. Okay, very good. So now we're going to work on our application problem. For this problem, all you need is paper, and if you can get a blue and a red crayon or marker or whatever you have, because we're going to use these colors. If you don't have a blue or a red, you can use 2 other colors that you might have. Okay, so listen to my story. Cindy had 9 pencils. Some pencils were red and some pencils were blue. So, there are a couple ways you can do this. So how many pencils did she have? 9. So you can start counting to 9 with one of the colors and then stop and continue with the other color. So let's start with red. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I want to stop. So remember, I stopped at 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is one way that you can try to do this problem by using the two colors. Another way you can do it is draw with a pencil or a different color that you're going to use. And I have black here. And you can draw 9 pencils. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then when you're finished with that, then you're going to color some red and some blue. So I'm going to start with my red, and I'm going to color some red. And then I'm going to stop. Then I'm going to color some blue. And I came out with different numbers. So here, how many red do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. How many blue do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And how many pencils do I have all together? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 4 and 5 equals 9. And in this one, I had 5 red pencils and 4 blue pencils. But I could have had even more red pencils and less blue pencils. So it's however is easier for you to figure out the different ways to make 9. So today we're going to keep working on making number sentences that tell about our stories. So all you need today, if you want, you can use counters. You'll need at least 10 of them, or you can just use paper, because I'm just going to use my dry erase board today. So I want you to listen to my story. Okay. Sheila had 9 blocks. Some blocks were large and some blocks were small. So with this one, you'll have to draw how many you think are large and then try to figure out how many are small. So to do this, you need to think of a number below 9. 9 or below. And it's better if it's below 9. So let's say there were 7 large blocks, and you could choose a different number. I'm going to choose the number 7. So there were 7 large blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, how can we figure out how many more were small? Well, we know that there are 9 blocks. So I know that there are 7 large blocks. So I'm going to count on from 7. I have 7, and then what number comes next? One more is 8. One more is 9. So 7, so 9 equals 7 and how many? 2. Very good. All right, so let's try another one together. Let's see. Michael had 9 cookies. Some were vanilla and some were chocolate. So now we need to figure out how many were vanilla, how many were chocolate. And it can be any number below 9. So you can choose a number if you would like. I'm going to choose, there were 6 vanilla. So I'm going to draw 6 vanilla. So we're going to have the problem here. Remember, there's 9 altogether. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we know there were 9 total. So how many more how many were chocolate? So we need to count on to figure out how many were chocolate. And I'm going to make these cookies look different so I know which one is which. So I'm going to color the chocolate ones in. So we have 6. One more is 7. One more is 8. And one more is 9. So we have 9 equals 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 3. So that is our number sentence. 9 equals 6 and 3. Very good. Okay, we're going to try one more. And then you can try to do more with the numbers 9 and 10 at home. Come up with your own stories. You can use toys, you can use animals. Think of anything you want when you don't know how many are in each part. Okay? So here's my last story. Let's see. James had 10 blocks. Some were white and some were gray. So remember, he had 10 blocks. So I'm going to pick a number below 10. I think there were 8 that were white. So I'm going to draw 8 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now we need to figure out how many were gray. So those I'm going to make look different. So I remember which ones were which. So we have 8, 9, 10. So that's how we figure out the parts. So let's write our number sentence. 10 equals, do you remember the first number? 8. And how many? 2. Very good. So you can come up with your own stories and your own number sentences. All right, well, I hope you learned something new today, and I will see you tomorrow. Goodbye.